Hello. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the East Turkestan government in exile, the East Turkestan Parliament in exile, the East Turkestan National Movement, and the National Fund, we gather here in front of the White House to commemorate East Turkestan's National Independence Day. Firstly, we'd like to start with the playing of the East Turkestan National Anthem. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Yesterday, we marked Veterans Day here in the United States by honoring those who served to uphold the ideals of freedom, sovereignty, and independence. Today, we gather to honor another fight for freedom, sovereignty, and independence. The fight of the East Turkestani people, a people who have never bowed, never surrendered, and never forgotten that independence is their birthright. Today, November 12th, we commemorate the liberation of Kashgar from Qing rule in 1864 and the founding of the state of Yetshar and the later rebirths of our independent state. The first East Turkestan Republic proclaimed on November 12, 1933, and the second East Turkestan Republic proclaimed on November 12, 1944. These are not distant anniversaries. They are a heartbeat of a nation. East Turkestan has been the homeland of the Uyghurs, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, and other Turkic peoples for millennia. It is the land of culture, faith, and sovereignty. Time and again, foreign outsiders have attempted to seize it, suppress it, and erase it. The Manchu Empire tried, other invaders like the Chinese tried, and still we resisted, we rose, we declared our independence, we rebuilt our sovereignty, and we survived. 92 years ago, on November 12, 1933, tens of thousands of East Turkestanis gathered in Kashgar to witness the birth of the first East Turkestan Republic. An independent state was proclaimed with a flag, an emblem, an anthem, a constitution, an army, passport, and a promise to the people. Though that republic fell in 1934, its spirit endured. On November 12, 1944, the Second East Turkestan Republic rose in East Turkestan's Ili region, reclaiming what had been taken and asserting what had always been. But in October 12, 1949, the forces of the People's Republic of China invaded to occupy our homeland. By late 1949, On December 22nd, 1949, the East Turkestan Republic was overthrown and its sovereignty was held captive. For 76 years, our nation bore the brunt of Chinese colonization, occupation, genocide, and their systematic attempts to erase us. International investigations and credible reports document the ongoing genocide, mass arbitrary detention, pervasive surveillance, mass enslavement, cultural and religious repression, and other crimes against humanity directed against Uyghurs, Kazakhs, Kyrgyz, and other Turkic peoples. Independent bodies and human rights groups estimate that over 3 million people have been arbitrarily detained in concentration camps, while over 3 million remain enslaved. But we must be candid about what this means. This is not just a tragedy for our people. It is a threat to the principles of freedom everywhere. China's genocidal repression in our homeland challenges the United States, challenges democracies, and threatens the very foundations of liberty and human dignity elsewhere. Standing with East Turkestan is not only a moral duty, it is a strategic necessity. Supporting the restoration of East Turkestan's independence is standing against tyranny itself. We gather today in front of the White House, the beacon of freedom, and hope to send a clear message. East Turkestan was a sovereign and independent nation. It is currently an occupied nation, and it will be free and independent again. The independence of East Turkestan is not a request. It is demanded. It is a demand rooted in history, justice, and the will of our people who have never ceased to resist. Therefore, we call on the United States, the Trump administration, and the entire free world to, one, recognize East Turkestan as an occupied country and to condemn China's ongoing campaign of colonization, genocide, and occupation. Two, to recognize East Turkestan's right to national self-determination and decolonization. Three, to support the decolonization of East Turkestan and the restoration of its national independence. And lastly, to ensure real accountability for China's ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity through international institutions and courts. Across the world today, the East Turkestani communities commemorate this day, not merely to honor the past, but to renew our commitment to the future. From Washington, D.C. to every corner of the diaspora, we call on the international community to recognize East Turkestan as an occupied country, to support our fight for national liberation, and to stand with us in restoring our national independence and sovereignty. The East Turkestan government in exile reiterates that independence is the only path to protect our people, to secure our human rights, and ensure our nation's very survival. No form of autonomy or any other terms of Chinese rule can substitute for genuine freedom and independence. The policies of genocide, colonization, and occupation in East Turkestan stem from the destruction of our sovereign state in 1949. Therefore, on this 161st anniversary of Kashgar's liberation from the Manchu Qing occupation forces, and the 92nd anniversary of the First East Turkestan Republic, and the 81st anniversary of the Second East Turkestan Republic, the East Turkestan government in exile honors the martyrs who fought to restore our national independence and sovereignty. We call upon the international community once again to support East Turkestan's just cause, decolonization, external national self-determination, and the restoration of national independence. We honor the men and women of East Turkestan who never yielded, who never compromised, and who never forgot that liberty and independence is sacred and sovereignty is non-negotiable. East Turkestan is under occupation. It is threatened with cultural destruction, cultural and physical destruction and erasure. And yet, despite the repression, despite the occupation, despite the colonization, despite the genocide, our nation remains resisting. Our people remain unbroken. Our spirit remains unshaken. East Turkestan's independence will be restored. And when that day comes in the near future, the free world will once again celebrate not only the rebirth of a nation, but the triumph of justice over tyranny. Long live independent East Turkestan! Now we'd like to face the White House for some chants. Stop China's Uyghur genocide! Stop China's Uyghur genocide! Independence for East Turkestan now! End Chinese occupation now! End Chinese colonization now! Recognize East Turkestan! Recognize East Turkestan! 76 years of Chinese occupation! End it now! 76 years of Chinese colonization! End it now! 76 years of genocide! End it now! Terrorist China! Terrorist China! China end the genocide! China end the genocide! Fascist China! Fascist China! China end the colonization! China end the colonization! Imperialist China! Imperialist China! China end the occupation! China end the occupation! East Turkestan is not part of China! East Turkestan is not part of China! East Turkestan is not China's internal affairs! East Turkestan is not China's internal affairs! Act now, America! Recognize East Turkestan! Act now, America! Recognize East Turkestan! Act now, America! Support East Turkestan's independence! Act now, America! Support East Turkestan's independence! Act now, America! Call East Turkestan, not Xinjiang! Act now, America! Call East Turkestan, not Xinjiang! China's ongoing Uyghur genocide.
And the Chinese ongoing Uyghur genocide.
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Hold China accountable!
Hold China accountable!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Hold China accountable!
Hold China accountable!
Terrorist China!
Terrorist China!
End the genocide!
And the genocide!
Terrorist China!
Terrorist China!
End the genocide!
And the genocide!
Fascist China!
Fascist China!
End the colonization!
And the colonization!
Fascist China!
Fascist China!
End the colonization!
And the colonization!
Imperialist China!
Imperialist China!
End the occupation!
And the occupation!
Imperialist China!
Imperialist China!
End the occupation!
And the occupation!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End China's genocide!
And the Chinese genocide!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End China's Uyghur genocide!
And the Chinese Uyghur genocide!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End China's occupation of East Turkestan!
And the Chinese occupation of Turkistan!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End China's occupation of East Turkestan!
And the Chinese occupation of Turkistan!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End Chinese colonization of East Turkestan! Act now, America!
Act now, America!
End the Chinese colonization of East Turkestan!
And the Chinese colonization of Turkistan!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Stop China's Uyghur genocide!
Stop Chinese Uyghur genocide!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Stop China's Uyghur genocide!
Stop Chinese Uyghur genocide!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Recognize East Turkestan!
Recognize Turkistan!
Act now, America!
Now, America!
Recognize East Turkestan!
Recognize Turkistan!
Act now, America!
And now, America!
Support East Turkestan's independence!
Support East Turkistan independence!
Support East Turkestan's independence!
Support East Turkistan independence!
East Turkestan is not part of China!
East Turkistan is not part of China!
East Turkestan is not part of China!
East Turkistan is not part of China!
East Turkestan is not China's internal affairs!
East Turkistan is not China's internal affairs!
East Turkestan is not China's internal affairs!
East Turkistan is not China's internal affairs!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Act now, America!
Recognize East Turkestan! Recognize East Turkestan.
Recognize East Turkistan.
Act now, America.
And America.
Act now, America.
And America.
Support East Turkestan's independence.
Support East Turkistan independence.
Support East Turkestan's independence.
Support East Turkistan independence.
Act now, America.
And America.
Act now, America.
And America.
Call it East Turkestan, not Xinjiang.
Call East Turkistan not Xinjiang.
Call it East Turkestan, not Xinjiang.
Call East Turkistan not Xinjiang.
Act now, America.
And America.
Hold China accountable.
Hold China accountable.
Act now, America.
And America.
Hold China accountable.
Hold China accountable.
Act now, America.
And America.
Take China to the ICC.
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 Act now, America.
And America.
Stand up against Chinese imperialism.
Stand up against China's imperialism.
Act now, America.
And America.
Stand up against Chinese imperialism.
Stand up against China's imperialism.
Act now, America.
And America.
Stand up against Chinese expansion.
Stand up against China's expansion.
Act now, America.
And America.
Stand up against Chinese expansion.
Stand up against China's expansion.
Act now, America.
And America.
Stop terrorist China.
Stop terrorist China.
Act now, America.
And America.
Resist fascist China.
Resist fascist China.
Act now, America.
And America.
Stand up against imperialist China.
Stand up against imperialist China.
Terrorist China.
Terrorist China.
End the Uyghur genocide.
And the Uyghur genocide.
Terrorist China.
Terrorist China.
End the Uyghur genocide.
And the Uyghur genocide.
Fascist China.
Fascist China.
End the colonization of East Turkestan.
And the colonization of Eastern Turkestan.
Fascist China.
Fascist China.
End the colonization of East Turkestan.
And the colonization of Eastern Turkestan.
Imperialist China.
Imperialist China.
End the occupation of East Turkestan.
And the occupation of Eastern Turkestan.
Imperialist China.
Imperialist China.
End the occupation of East Turkestan.
And the occupation of Eastern Turkestan.
East Turkestan is not part of China.
East Turkestan not part of China.
East Turkestan is not China's internal affairs.
East Turkestan not China's internal affairs.
Act now, America.
And America.
Act now, America.
And America.
Recognize East Turkestan.
Recognize East Turkestan.
Recognize East Turkestan.
Recognize East Turkestan.
Act now, America.
And America.
End Chinese occupation of East Turkestan.
And Chinese occupation of East Turkestan.
Act now, America.
And America.
End China's Uyghur genocide.
And the Chinese Uyghur genocide.
Act now, America. Again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for being here today. Again, we have gathered here in front of the White House to commemorate East Turkestan's National Independence Day. Today marks the 92nd anniversary of the first East Turkestan Republic and the 81st anniversary of the second East Turkestan Republic. In 1949, on October 12th, 1949, the People's Republic of China invaded our homeland, invaded our country, and began its campaign of colonization and occupation following the overthrow of the independent East Turkestan Republic on December 22nd, 1949. As many of you are aware, China is committing a brutal campaign of colonization, genocide, and crimes against humanity that has been unprecedented since the Holocaust. At this very moment, millions of our people, our brothers and sisters, our aunts and uncles, our children, our relatives are being held in concentration camps, in prisons. Over 1 million of our children have been forcibly separated from their families and put up in state-run so-called boarding schools and orphanages to be suppressed of their identity, their culture, and to be indoctrinated to become so-called loyal Chinese citizens. Furthermore, millions of our people, our youth, are being enslaved and concentrate in factories, slave factories that produce the very goods that you see that are being made in so-called made in China. The cheap goods from everything from textiles to electronics, from cotton to even the tomatoes that we use. All of that is being made with the slave labor of millions of innocent people. Therefore, we call on the international community to no longer turn a blind eye. We call on the U.S. government, the governments of all democracies, of all free nations, to uphold their commitments to never again, as never again is happening right now in real time in occupied East Turkestan, the root of which is Chinese colonization and occupation. Therefore, we again call on the United States government, the Trump administration, to act upon its recognition of the ongoing Uyghur genocide and to take meaningful action and ensure real accountability for China's ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity. By recognizing the root Chinese colonization and occupation, by recognizing East Turkestan as an occupied country, by recognizing the East Turkestani people's right to national self-determination, by supporting the decolonization and the restoration of East Turkestan's national independence. For only through restoring our national independence is the only way can we protect our people, ensure and secure our human rights, our very freedom, and our very existence. China is a threat not only to the people of East Turkestan, but to the entire global community, including the United States. Through an independent East Turkestan, through supporting a free and independent East Turkestan, the United States can win this strategic competition against China. It can win and safeguard its own future. And it can win and make America truly great again. The America that was founded on the principles of human rights, on the principles of freedom and sovereignty. So therefore, we again reiterate the East Turkestani people's will for independence, their desire to restore their independence, and to make sure that the international community knows, again, that the only way to defeat China, the only way to end this genocide, the only way to uphold the human rights, the freedoms, and very existence of our people is again through restoring our national independence. So again, we urge the international community to support East Turkestan's independence in any way that it can, through political, economic, and even diplomatic and military means. As we have expressed throughout history numerous times, our people have, at every opportunity that arose, we have resisted Chinese occupation, foreign colonial domination, and restored our independence. We are just asking for the international community to support us, to help us. We're not asking you to fight for us. We're asking you to provide us with the resources and tools necessary to defend ourselves, from extinction, and to defend the world from Chinese expansion. Thank you.